What's up, LEGO fans? Welcome back. Alex here. So last night I was in my basement. I was actually over here in my storage/workout room. I was pumping some iron, and I was going through my social media feeds, and guess what I saw? A new LEGO set announced from the LEGO Group. This is the Daily Bugle, the largest, or at least the tallest Marvel-based LEGO set to date. And a lot of you guys reached out to me on social media asking me if I would be buying this. And the answer is yes, absolutely. But the question really is, where am I going to put that thing? Because it's a building that really should go here, downtown, somewhere with these tall buildings. And I'm actually tempted to buy two of them, but I'll see how this goes. But anyway, I have no space. I need more space, and not just like a little bit of space. I really need to find a way to really open things up a little bit. So I was looking around my city thinking, how can I get some more space in here? And the modulars came to mind because all my modulars are downtown. I really need to start spreading those out to other areas. And one area that came to mind was the residential area, because there's a lot of apartments and markets and stores and things of that nature in those modulars. I think that would go pretty well here. So how do I get some more space right here? Well, look at this road we have here, this kind of frontage road here that really doesn't, I mean, it's important. It connects one side to the other, but it's kind of boring. There's nothing really going on. So why don't we just take the board that is the residential area and make it bigger, make it go all the way to the edge and match the edge. It's kind of like how we have this right here, right? We have this little tunnel that goes through here, and it works out pretty darn well. So if we did that, in theory, we could get a lot of extra space. I think there's 8, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basically 8 extra base plates of space we would get by doing this. But it does involve some work. All of these sets, everything has to come off that's on this upper table. And then I'd have to take the felt off of that table and add this piece of wood right here. And this is a piece of wood from that's been loaned to me, or given to me, I should say, from a good friend named Jim. Thanks, Jim, for that contribution. See, you're contributing to the city, man. Thank you. So, going to get that all redone, put the felt back on it, and then we will rebuild the residential area and see if we can get some space freed up from the downtown area with the new space we have in the residential area. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to put the camera down and we'll do a time-lapse time-lapse teardown of the residential area. So this is the last time we're going to see it as it is. It's been a great run, but as you guys know, the only constant is change. You got to keep changing things up to make things better and improve things, and in this case, make more space. So let's go ahead and get started. And we are back, and here it is, this wide open green space just ready to be rebuilt upon. And there's Josh getting some ideas for his next LEGO City Incidents disaster video, whatever. So never let an opportunity like this go to waste. But anyway, it's kind of cool to see it like this. And you know what? When you have all the LEGO removed, it's incredible how much space it is. It looks so much bigger with nothing on it. I don't know if you think the same thing. But it's just like, wow, I can't believe we don't have enough space. This just seems so incredibly large. But when you start putting Lego back on it, it really shrinks very, very quick. So anyway, we got this all cleaned up. We got the vacuum out. We got all the wood chips all cleaned up out of it. I took out this bridge right here that went down from the residential area. I think I'm going to actually remove that completely and put it somewhere else. Make that flow a little bit better. We have that piece of wood there behind Josh. That was actually already there. And that was just side by side with this larger piece of plywood. And the other piece of plywood I took upstairs because it's too long. We need to cut it down to 80 inches is what we got to do. So we'll do that, bring it down, and we'll line them all up side by side, reapply the felt, and rebuild the residential area. All right. So let's measure this out. A little past 80 inches here. Okay, make sure we're right on the line. There we go. flip it over. Cool. Let's bring it downstairs. All right, so Josh is back there putting the train tracks back together, making sure everything lines up just fine here. And we got the two smaller boards back to back right there, just making sure that we're not painting ourselves into a corner with the train track mostly going through here. And it's kind of a shame because this is all going to be covered up. We won't see much of this. And I forgot to buy lights before I did this, so but we'll hang up some lights in here and light it all up because this is where the tunnel's going to be here in the front. So we'll get some LEDs similar to how we have underneath the downtown area over there. All right, Josh. So at this point, we'll just get this big board up here. I got to cut a few more of these supports, at least 3 more, and to make sure we got adequate support on the top. And then we'll throw the felt back on it and start rebuilding our residential area. Okay, let's do it. So we're at the next stopping point, and here's what we've got. And you know what? I think it's a success so far because we have the overhang right here. It's a nice even lip all the way over it, and you can see the road beneath it right here, and the decent number of supports underneath holding everything up. And so we'll get some LED lights in there to light it up. But my guess is, I don't know, should I cover this up too? I kind of have a wall along it. I don't know, maybe I should. We'll see. But in any case, man, it just looks so big and wide open now. So I'm excited to get things going, but it's going to be a little bit different. This is the hard part right here because I don't really know. I got to start stealing some of the modulars down here. So this is where I got to start being a little bit more creative and figure out what I want to take from downtown, put it down here. Where do I put it down here? And go from there. So some trial and error, definitely to come up here, but let's go to that point. And we are back. We're done. Well, not completely done. There's some things that I have to kind of clean up, but I'll attend to that a little bit later. But right off the bat, you'll notice that all the houses are still in here, and the temple is kind of the central feature in here now because I had that extra 10 inches of depth, and I had kind of this dead zone in the middle. It was really hard to cover that. Since the temple has 4 of those 32 by 32 base plates, it worked pretty well in the middle. So it's surrounded by a bunch of nice houses, trying to make a nice little neighborhood around it. The road system is the same. It's just a big circle, but it's an even bigger circle now. And you'll notice that there's no longer an outlet there in the back corner. I decided to discontinue that to give me some more space in the amusement park to utilize that. And I did still want a way to get down. You needed a way to get down. And I put that over here. I'm not totally in love with how this looks, but that's something I probably will make a little bit different in the future, but for now that's what it looks like. Now I do want to make kind of a good concrete tunnel entrance, very similar to how I have over here. However, I don't have the pieces to do that quite yet, so that is something I will get to very soon. So here is our underground tunnel. I'll get some LED lights in there to kind of light that up. It'll be really nice once that is done, but it does turn in right here instead of having it kind of poke out here and turns in there before it comes out. So again, to cut the felt through, I will take this tunnel and make it a lot longer to encompass both of the road and the train track. I'm out of these tiles. I can't believe it. I have so many of these tiles, but I use so many of them in the sidewalk project for this area that I was just a little bit short, but I'll figure out a way to get some more there. So, but yeah, here is the other side of it. And most of the stuff is kind of where it was previously, especially in the back corner. Oh, I did drop the police station, and I haven't put it back together yet. So that is in disarray at the moment. But we'll get that fixed here soon. But for the moment, I'm like, heck with it. I'll just throw it up there. So as far as the space, the netted space out of this whole project, ended up being over here. And these are the modulars that I took from the downtown area to free up some of that space. So we have Green Grocer, both of them. We have the apartment buildings from Pet Shop. The other side, or the house side, or apartment side, I guess I should say, of the bookshop, and these 2 small buildings on either side to kind of help the adjustment from, I don't want this to be abruptly a big wall on one side, because Green Grocer is a pretty big modular. It's very tall. As you can see, it dwarfs this little apartment building right next to it. So that's what I ended up doing. I wanted the modulars in the back, but the airport shuttle station made that very difficult because the airport shuttle station needs to be in the back because that's where the track goes. And it was really hard it would have been, well, near impossible to find another spot for it because I just don't have any more track to have that flexibility. So it's a little different having modulars over here. It's not on the road that you usually see, but you know what? I kind of like the grass in front of it. There's still a sidewalk, and I kind of like the green look in front of it. It's a little bit different, maybe a breath of fresh air. That being said, let's take a look at I didn't refill anything back here in the downtown area, so back there is where the target is for new buildings, new mocks, very taller mocks, as well as that Daily Bugle building. There's the vacancy there from the apartment building, so we'll get those all rearranged. I just don't have my mind made up yet on how I want to put those all together. So, but yeah, that is what it looks like for now. For the most part, everything is pretty much kind of where it was left off. The little church building I put over here, I like how it looks there. It's very visible now. Before it was just very kind of in the back corner, you couldn't see it. So I like that the church building is right here now. And this is a school. I don't know if many of you guys know that. It's not a house, it is my school, and I have added on to it, made it a lot deeper. And a lot of people say, Alex, you need a school. I have a school. That is my school. It's a K-12, so there you go. The Quickie Mart, yeah, same spot, Quickie Mart, and the haunted house back there. I try to make it, I don't know, I try to adapt it as best I can. I'm hoping it doesn't look too out of place. Again, this is fairly new. I will continue to evolve this area, as you guys know. That's what I do. It's always changing, hopefully for the good, for the best. Oh, also the horses have a nice bigger pasture to run around in, so that was a nice thing. And you can also do some horse riding a little bit up and down the green area right here. So for those horseback riding enthusiasts, they got some love in this latest update. All right, guys. Well, yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. And now that that's done, we'll continue on down the line to make some adjustments onto the complete overview. So let me know what you guys think of the changes, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.